Back in April, I released my official MLB predictions, and now that the World Series is over and all the awards have been given out, let's see how good, or bad, they really were. My picks for the NL West were pretty good. I just had the Rockies and the D-backs flipped. I underestimated both the Rockies and the D-backs by 10 games, and I did think the Giants would be a little better and a playoff team, and that didn't happen. In the NL Central, I thought the Brewers did enough over the offseason to stay in first place, especially to improve their offense. Turns out, they scored less runs than last year, and their pitching wasn't quite as good. Plus, the whole disaster with Josh Hader. They fell to second place. The Cardinals, I thought had a chance, but they were lacking starting pitching. In the end, they got the job done. I almost nailed the Cubs, I did nail the Reds, and the Pirates, I thought would be better than a 100-loss team, but they're just not there yet. In the NL East, I of course whiffed on the Braves. I had them taking a step back this year, but their young players stepped up big time in those last 4 months. I thought the Mets would be good, but not as good as they ended up being, and I was almost spot on with the Phillies. Miami was a disappointment, and the Nats, well, I don't know if anyone thought they would be that bad. In the AL West, I also whiffed on the Astros. I thought they were taking a step back also, and they were as good as ever. I had the Mariners in first place, and I was only off on their win total by 2, and I nailed the A's 60-win season. I also overestimated the Angels and the Rangers. Both were very disappointing by the end. In the AL Central, I was completely fooled. This is my worst division by far. My last place team was the Guardians, and they won it. I thought the White Sox and the Tigers would be playoff teams, and they struggled all year. The Royals didn't take the step forward that I was expecting, and I turned out to be pretty close on the Twins. I'm just gonna take the giant L on this division. The AL East wasn't too bad, aside from the obvious where I had the Yankees missing the playoffs. They played with their hair on fire for the first half of the season. Then they played more like I thought they would in the second half. I almost nailed the Blue Jays. I was right there with the Rays. I was right about the Red Sox not being a playoff team. And then there's Baltimore. I said it before, but I only had 52 wins to give out by the time I got to them. And since they won 52 last year, I figured why not? If I was being honest, I would have given them about 65, but still would have come nowhere near their 83. That was a stunning effort. In the National League, I only got one division winner right, that being the Dodgers. But I did get 4 of the 6 playoff teams. I missed the Braves and the Cardinals. In their place, I had the Giants and the Brewers. In the American League, I got 0 division winners right. But again, I got 4 of the 6 playoff teams. I missed the Guardians and the Yankees. In their place, I had the White Sox and the Tigers. In the NLCS, I had the Mets over the Dodgers. ALCS, I had White Sox over Mariners. And in the World Series, I had the Mets over the White Sox. None of those teams got to the championship series. And of course, the White Sox didn't even make the playoffs. My AL MVP was George Springer, and he had a very good year. 25 homers, 76 RBI, 814 OPS, and he made the All-Star team, but he didn't get any MVP votes. My NL MVP was Nick Castellanos, and it's pretty well documented how bad his season was this year. He wasn't terrible, he was just below average, hitting 13 homers with 62 RBI and an OPS of 694. My AL Cy Young winner was Shane Bieber, and that wasn't a bad pick. 200 innings pitched, 288 ERA, 132 ERA+. He wound up finishing 7th. My NL Cy Young winner was a lot closer, Max Fried. With his 248 ERA over 185 and a third innings, posting a 164 ERA+, he finished 2nd. My AL Rookie of the Year was Bobby Witt Jr., and as impressive as he was, he only finished 4th. He hit 20 homers, 80 RBI, stole 30 bases, and had a 722 OPS and a 102 OPS+. My NL Rookie of the Year was pretty bad, Joey Bart. I thought in his first full season he was really gonna shine. Instead, he hit 11 homers, 25 RBI, 660 OPS, and an 86 OPS+. He got 0 Rookie of the Year votes. So, in review, I nailed the Reds and the A's. I was just 1 game off on the Cubs and the Blue Jays, and my biggest misses were the Tigers and the Orioles. So, not good, but I'll definitely run this back next year, so I hope you all join me for that. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.